This morning I woke to the painful tears of a new understanding. There is no pain greater than the pain of seeing one you love hurt. The picture of the crushed baby pram, the frenetic mother asking where her baby is. Yes, 3 others were dead, but the crushed baby pram held my heart. I think of all the pains I have felt in my life. I lived with pain that doctors said was more painful than childbirth, then with greater pain when doctors chemically burnt my insides and made them raw. I didn't know it was possible to shiver from cold while sweating from heat. Pain can do that for months on end, regardless of the weather. Still, nothing compares with the pain of seeing someone you love hurt. Nothing. Every other pain is a fading shadow. I felt for the mother of the pram. I saw a documentary about a young man living in India some years ago. He spent his days crouched over a fire, burning computer cards to retrieve the valuable metals. It was killing him. Doctors took pictures of his lungs so he could watch himself die, but there was no treatment for him, only to stop working. He could not stop working, because he was the only support his parents and siblings had. If he stopped working, they would all die. But he was going to stop working soon, whether he chose to or not. He would die, and they would die. So much pain, so little hope. Can you imagine watching your dying brother go every day to the job that is killing him, just so that you can live? Or watching your son slowly die, so you can live? Can you imagine being the only hope for everyone you love, but knowing soon you would die, and they would be alone? 5 crushed baby prams in one family, each hurting for the other until they die. The people of Melbourne are devastated and angry. Angry because the driver who plunged through all those people did it deliberately. It is a rare event that happens once in a lifetime. The media will continue to keep us updated for weeks. The dying man in India, his family who will probably die without him, their deaths are no less deliberate. The crazed driver of the car killing him and his family are the governments and corporations of the world, those who control all the media. That's why his story isn't front page news. But unlike the crazed Melbourne driver, the car driven by governments and corporations never stops. It keeps going forever, until enough people care to stand up and say no. But here is where the story twists, because the people of Melbourne, who cry over the baby pram, who are so angry that the death toll is now 6 in Melbourne, are the co-drivers of the car in India, the car that kills over 20,000 people each day all around the world, the car that drives forever fueled by their apathy and hatred. They stand with their government calling for more punishment for those on welfare, for those who do not have jobs, for those who do not do their part. But they do not offer them jobs. Only crushed baby prams, the daily experience of waking in fear of what the future holds for those they love. One wonders why anyone would have children in a world like this. Some don't realise that the world is like this. That man in India went to university. He had a degree in technology. One would think that is safe and certain, guarantees a good job that pays well, that his family would not have to live in squalor, that they might have a basic home with basic furniture, a couch to sit on, a bed to sleep in. But things can change so quickly when we aren't paying attention. Even more so if we are busy flogging the dead canary, blaming those whose warnings we would be wise to heed. When we are busy helping drive the car that crushes the pram. Yesterday in Melbourne, the process of criminalising the homeless accelerated. The media told stories of how the homeless are dirty and the kindness of those wanting to help only adds to the mess. So now, not only are the homeless bad people, but those who would help them as well. Everyone sees the homeless must be punished out of existence. They don't see they are driving the car that kills over 20,000 people each day, and this is part of it. They don't see that every message from the media is a message of death and punishment and slavery. I wonder, have you ever heard of the Devadasi? I listened to her story, a young teen whose mother brought a 50-year-old man to her when she got her first menstruation period. I was going to say to her bed, but she has never had a bed, not even a piece of dirt to herself. She services men to feed her family on the same patch of dirt where they all eat dinner together. I couldn't help but feel the utmost respect for this girl. She didn't hate. She understood what was. She gave herself over and over again every day for those she loves. It wasn't what she wanted, but it was what she did without complaint or regret or justification. She saw the lie and she spoke the truth that it was a lie. Mothers say being Devadasi is honouring God, but she knew it wasn't about God. It was about continuing to live. She said others hated her for what she did. The drivers of the corporate government car never want you to acknowledge those they drive down, those they run down. They don't want you to either. So you must see them as sick and disgusting and lazy. Anything other than someone just like you who is doing the best they can for the people they love. That way you'll be willing to take your turn in the driver's seat. That way you will be silent when the homeless disappear and you don't know where to. You don't want to. It doesn't matter. As long as you don't see them, they are bad people and it is their fault. You don't see their crushed baby prams, only your own. Why would anyone have children in a world like this? Poverty can be like a puppy farm. Young girls selling their bodies so their families can live. Choices we take for granted aren't choices they have, like contraception. The young Devadasi girl sees nothing but crushed baby prams today and in her future. She will forever ache for her children as her mother aches for her. Crushed baby prams, day after day, every day, not just a random, once-in-a-lifetime event, never knowing what tomorrow holds for the ones you love, but knowing that they live in pain. The corporate government car will never stop driving until we stop it, but we don't stop it. We get in the driver's seat and help navigate the car towards those the corporate government media has taught us to hate. We don't see where the corporate government car is really driving. We don't see that the crushed baby prams of the future will be our own.